I am not one who fears criticism, but there are people who fear me when I respond to them. Be assured that I will respond to any nonsense that is put out.
Is who trick Andrew? Are the people them who call him bro God? Jamaican people put politicians on a pedestal. You've made them celebrities, and now they think that they're more powerful than they actually are. Wanna take it so far that wanna start to call them God. And now Andrew feel himself. But now we've also, through putting him back in government, we have told him that we accept a lot of the things that he did in his previous term. One thing being what he's mentioning here, the time during COVID when he violated someone's human right, a Jamaican's right to freedom of speech. And we allowed him to do that because we never said nothing about it. So that set a precedent. So him feel like say, him can threaten us because we had nothing to say about it. And this is the problem with us not saying anything, not speaking out when these politicians do and say certain things, because it make them feel powerful. And we the people aren't putting them in them place and making them know, no, you work for us. Andrew Holness, nobody is afraid of you. We're not afraid of you. And I'd like to remind you, because a lot of you like to think that Nanny is a myth. She's not a myth. Nanny Pickney them still there. Our ancestors' blood still running our vein. Don't forget who won the Maroon War. Don't believe the hype, Andrew. A lot of us are here, are quiet, but we're not sleeping. And we will do what we have to do if we have to go up against the system. Our ancestors them do it already and we can do it again. Don't pass a place.
Greetings once again, my Jamaican people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And before I continue, I will kindly request that you hit the like, subscribe, and the share button, as this will go a long way in supporting my channel. Well, in today's episode, I'll be covering the recent rising issue that is about the disconnect that has been observed between the Jamaican people and the current Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who managed to secure his seat again. That is after the September 25 elections, whereby we get to see that the Jamaica Labour Party managed to secure 34 seats against the opposition party, that is PNP, who managed to secure 29 seats. And in doing so, we're getting to see there's been a growing dissent between the Jamaican people and Holness government. And I will request that you watch the rest of this episode while I come with my commentaries at the end of it.
People, make me sure they say Andrew Holness are wicked. Andrew Holness said the people they need ID. Forget aid. People have got to dig up ID. Some people things under mud. People place flood out. So until them get them ID, them can't get no food. May I show you say Andrew Holness are wicked. When then they want to no vote, and you got a polling station, did you need an ID? You didn't need any ID. What did they have? A black book. So why them can't get the black book? If you go verify, say John and Tom and Kerry and Simone. Why they not have a book? Where you say, alright, we confirm, say Simone Harrison get boom, she signed feet, you have a mark down in your book. In the wake of a disaster, ladies and gentlemen, you got to go back to basics. You don't push a digital system. You don't push cashlessness. I talk about voucher. People don't wake up. Andrew Holness is the most dangerous weapon that has formed against the people of Jamaica. The people them actually they are hungry for days. And by the time them reach more than 1 week after, them still not reach some people, you know. I just watched a video a while ago of a lady who trapped under the rubble for 3 days. Trapped under the rubble for 3 days. So you tell me, say this a lady I know was trapped under the rubble for 3 days. Don't see Andrew Holness and then come round and I will get aid now and I forgot present her ID, and if she don't present it, she got dead for hungry further than how she dead for hungry already. I say Andrew Holness is the weapon that has formed against the Jamaican people. You no need to wake up this man worse than Hitler, me not take it back. This is treason against the people of Jamaica. It is aiding genocide. It is aiding genocide. Think about it. If the people don't get food, what happen to them? Thank God for people were independent. So you tell me say the government don't want to help the people. The government want the people dead for hungry. The people don't want the government dead for hungry. That they want. How much that they want? What do you want to take away people in land? What do you want to do? Huh? And that's what you want to do. But that's an ask. I never see nothing like this. When the people want to vote, voting easy. They don't need the ID. They want food. After a disaster, them can't get food. Them have to have an ID. When you wake
Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness come out to the Prime Minister and said he have the power to turn it up and have the power to turn it down. You Mr. Jamaica? Yes, Mr. Prime Minister. Well, let me tell you this, Andrew Holness. See, I got it on that same pressure knob and then they turn it up and then never bring it back down to even the half mark and pressure bus pipe. You say you're a good chess player. But the saddest thing, Mr. Prime Minister, you is putting the Jamaican people and Jamaica between a rock and a hard place. And Jamaica people, when the Prime Minister says, know if you turn it up, and you know if you turn it down, and you know if you turn it off, I threaten him, with political violence. But Mr. Prime Minister, ask yourself this question. Why Edward Philip George Siaga never win an next election? Him die go and grave being retired. Opposition. Yeah? So the notion that you can turn it up, and you can turn it down, and you can turn it off. Andrew Holness, you will never take Jamaica back to that dark place. Hear me tell you? You will never take Jamaica back to that dark place. Else guess what, Andrew Holness? One next man I go there with your wife. Because you go sit in a jail. You go sit in a jail. International jail. For political crime. So go and play your chess. Remember, you're playing three-face. Remember, you're playing three-face, Andrew Holness. And the international community see you for what you is. America already see you for who you is. Israel already see you for who you is. And China already see you for who you is. And you ask yourself this question. Why when you go to Washington and you come to New York and wherever else you come in America for meet with top officials, ask yourself this question, Andrew Holness. Why them send the lowest of the lowest of the lowest to meet with you? Because the people them not trust you. Them have you as a two-face, three-face rat. Them don't see say you get China the position to build a foreign headquarters for your government. You know, say I'm not meeting with you in there. And you notice that you're meeting them as some little just nothing substantial. The people them say you have Harris Chan, Daryl Vaz, who them have as criminals. May I make it clear to the Jamaican people. May not go around it. Yeah? Why you think these people gonna give you intelligence? Knowing say you're meeting with China, you meet with Israel, and you come meet with them. Why you think them gonna give you anything substantial? Andrew Holness, you play your chess, but you not play it, you not read it right. But let me tell you this, Andrew. You cannot, Mr. Andrew, me dare you, turn it up. Me dare you, Andrew Holness, for turn it up, bro God. Me dare you for turn it up. And make the Jamaica people them start lose them life. And see if a next man now go there with Juliet. Cause you go rot me in a jail, in an international jail, for political crime. I threaten the Jamaican people them. Remember the days. Remember the days. And the things where Edward Seaga would say. And we would ignore it. And I would watch when PNP supporters at Guala Stadium. Man from Mountain View would draw them off the bus. The driver would just stop at the bus stop. Nobody knows a bus stop driver. And he would just stop a man, just drive who in a PNP clothes and stab them and beat them. Let me do a political meeting, you know, a stadium. Me remember, we have to make buckle boom to keep off labor right from running up in our community and burn house down and fire shots. So Andrew, if you feel like you are take Jamaica back in that dark place and that dark space, I got news for you. You're going to rot in an international jail like Charles Taylor for political crime, because the international community will watch you. You know, so when Siaga used to run, go to Washington, oh my God, Washington, nobody no meet with him. Because remember, say, them be called Siaga, the conman of the Caribbean. Come on, Andrew. Come on, we're going to tell the Jamaica people the story. Because some of them youth, them young, them don't know the story. So we were there, we are going to tell them. You remember when one president for the United States called Siaga, the conman of the Caribbean, nobody no meet with him. No matter him I run go to Washington, why you think PNP ruled for 18 years? In Jamaica? Jamaica, why? Ask myself the question.
Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. We are talking peacefully now. But let me tell you something. And the police alone have gun. And the UNA alone know if you bust gun. And the UNA alone can kill people, bro. We can rise every blood clot gun on that too. I start hunt UNA. Cause I hunt, UNA the hunt in a Jamaica youth. You know, see the police have a mass. Yo, we are going to send some mass come to Jamaica too. You hear me, Jana? Now we are going to send some mass come to Jamaica. Tell we all that song. We will send some mass to every ghetto youth. And when time them see UNA, as the jeep them turn up, them just turn it on upon them. Brother, I will not kill 4-year-old picnic. Eh? The first of the month, we kill off a 4-year-old picnic, brother. Turn on gunshot outside, and we not fit talk. Man, to go be a people, let me tell you something. Justice have to come for them, look at youth, you know. We don't care who want to see that video, you know. Send this to Andrew. Pussy. Justice for the youth, them. Andrew, you need to stop, G. Big man like you, bro. You just send out criminal out the door, bro. Execution style on the kill the local youth. The whole of them, 3 of them on the kill. I don't have nothing. If you say the youth them shoot off found, none of them get shot. 3 people shoot off found. A 4-year-old have gun, shoot off found. Blessings. A 4-year-old have gun, shoot off found, right? A 17-year-old shoot off found, and a 23-year-old. A 3 people them see a pussy a kill. The man them go out for kill. Them just say them have to make some up for the new year. Yo, somebody if you see uno on a family and run down pound and empty them clip. The whole of the soldier boy. Somebody if you see uno and run down pound uno. Uno kill Pitney and go suck on them. Sir.
So Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, is currently doing, a press conference about how he's planning on, getting back Jamaica up and running. So he says that the main thing, he wants to fix is getting back commerce in because, buying and selling goods, that's how people make their living. And his plan for the most remote, he said it, the remote parts of Jamaica is, forget them back electricity. And he's gonna lend them generators. Now, I know he's not doing no big Generac. Generacs, they cost maybe like 5K to 15K even up. I'm pretty sure it's a regular generator I'm talk. But even if I did Generac, why you have to lend them it, Andrew? Why you can't just give them the generator? I was just so put off by that. Then he's like, oh yeah, and we have to make sure that these businesses are legitimate, so we are gonna check them with the JPs and the police. Now, Andrew, you know, in the most remote areas, people are independent, indie owners that do them own like a shop and them own like a bar or whatever it is. Like, and I'm not saying that these people can't be certified or whatever it is, but like, I don't know, I just didn't like that. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm looking too deep in it. But that's not like the fact that I lend him, I try to lend the people them. And then him want go pick and choose substantial business. If substantial business is supposed to have them own generator, give the people them, the shop owner them and the people them, give them the generator them, as long as them have the proof that them have a shop.
My fellow Jamaicans in the diaspora and in Jamaica, I just came across this video a while ago of the Honorable Bromad, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And it was concerning just listening to the words like war, like it shall be war, and me no afraid of nobody. And it's at this time in Jamaica right now, with the sensitivity of the place coming out of the hurricane, Jamaicans need a time, a period of comfort and love. People are going to be saying so much. And I think the words coming from the Prime Minister is not helpful. And this is not a PNP or a JLP. This is an objective perspective. I would like to hear what you say. But hang on. First of all, I want you to hear the video of the Prime Minister. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this.
One thing that you will see about me not afraid of nobody. All who want talk, make me one. Me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win.
Now, listening to that there, it's like it's inciting violence to a certain extent. And what the Prime Minister has got to understand is that you got impressionable minds. You got persons that will take it so literal and they will act on some of the words and how he's actually expressing it. Some will say that it is just political gimmickry or whatever like that, but no, it's got to be a level of responsibility. And when one think about like the 7 Nolan principles, and that is of public life, this is something that I always speak about a lot. The 7 Nolan principles of public life. One, the Prime Minister must be selflessness. Act in public interest, not personal gain. Integrity. Avoid conflict of interest and be honest. Avoiding conflict. Objectivity. Make decisions based on merit. Accountability. Be answerable for action. That's what people are actually asking. That's what people are saying. So therefore, if people are saying certain things and you're not happy with that, silence them by actually showing the receipts. You know, not really going back and forth, having a go at the people who are officially your employers, because politicians, elected political officials, they are employees of the persons, and the persons should understand that they empower the Prime Minister. Openness, be transparent in actions and decisions. Honesty, declare interest, be truthful. Leadership, promote these principles, lead by example. It is incumbent upon a Prime Minister leader to lead properly and to lead with excellence, and not to really at this time divide the persons or divide the nation at a very crucial time like this now. Man, I got chat. Mouth make for chat, Mr. Prime Minister. But that doesn't mean to say you've got to respond to every person. Just lead. Lead the nation. Listen, people are going to say so many things that you can't really respond to everybody. You can't. It makes no sense. Lead by example. Lead the nation of Jamaica. Don't divide. unite. And that is what the nation need now. A comforting voice, a comforting arm, and a loving father. If anything, a prime minister somewhat is like a fatherly figure, one that actually embraces a person, not seeking war, division, and say, me no afraid of nobody. And things are not helpful. Honorable Bro God, Bro Mad, Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness, much respect. Peace out. God bless.
Message to the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Mr. Andrew Holness, the people are afraid, you know. God know. Because we send the police them, come put gun on the youth them. God know. Innocent and kill them. Me all the other video me I see the other day where the police and show even a clip in a car. Suppose the next youth never did that video. Mr. Andrew Holness, too much wickedness, too much blood are shed on the island. You get me? Taxpayer money rob up, you don't care for people them. I be a wickedness. It look bad. Our children them for grow in them society here. Everything they on the internet, you know. They must see everything, you know. Everything they on the internet, you know. The place mash up. See there, look how much money come for repair back the place and help the people them. People right now, people they on here from a TikTok. I ask the help, see them where. And you as a government, Westmoreland still want help down there. And even you as a government, you never look on the people them. Too much blood, innocent blood.
National Youth Debate get Andrew Holness mad. Tell him to apologize now.
I reject the view that somehow you have a higher moral authority on this matter than I do.
I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
You know what I reject? Do you know what I reject? I reject the view that somehow you have a higher moral authority on this matter than I do.
Our young people are looking at this and they're saying this is something that is right because the politicians, the leaders of our country, this is something that they do. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
In this video, there was an open forum for the youth of Jamaica and the political leaders of Jamaica. And on the panel of discussion was the Prime Minister of Jamaica. The youth were bombarding the Prime Minister with questions and he lost his cool. He spoke in a very strong and harsh tone, and this did not sit well with one particular young man who was part of the audience. He was the second person to ask the Prime Minister a question, and he demanded that the Prime Minister render an apology to the audience and to the first person who asked the question. For a judgment on this as to whether this is right or wrong, I will leave you to be the judge. So let's watch the video together and get to see exactly what happened. So let's follow keenly so that we don't miss any of the details. So let's watch the video together.
Good night, everyone. My name is Daniel Thomas. I'm the president of the Love March Movement, which is a youth organization, and we have an initiative called Colorblind, which is where we encourage young people to be engaged in political and national matters with an unbiased eye, without political assignment or, alignment rather. Okay, so my issue that I would like to raise at this time is with respect to needs. All right. Now, I am not, and we are not, against a national ID. We see the benefit of it. There are great pros. It will fill gaps in the country. But we believe that in its current form, it poses significant issues for many Jamaicans, especially with the fact that there has not been, in my opinion, and many other Jamaicans, 60,000, I checked the petition this morning, 60,000 Jamaicans here and abroad who feel that there needs to be more consultation, ventilation of the issues, speaking about
that the people can have trust and confidence in, that can rescue Jamaica from the corruption and the mire of bad governance in which Jamaica is now enmeshed. Only the People's National Party can do that under my leadership, and I plan to deliver that for the people of Jamaica so we can move forward and address the very real issues that our people are facing. Issues of the cost of living and the struggle for survival. The poor nutrition represented by the food insecurity of 55% of our people. The school system failing our students. Where over 30% of our students leave primary school illiterate. Unable to do basic arithmetic. And the housing.
Are gathered here today for a worthy cause. I want to say up front that we come in peace. We are an orderly party.
Well, if you've watched to this end, thank you once again, and let's get down to it. Well, for beginners, we all know that Jamaica is mostly a two-party country, and in this system, there is the Jamaica Labour Party, which is led by Andrew Holness, and the People's National Party, which is led by Mark Golding. And these two parties are usually tasked with the duty of either forming the government or becoming the opposition, depending on who is in power. And in recent times, you are seeing that Andrew Holness has managed to secure his third term in office, that is after the September 25 election, defeating his long-term opponent, Mark Golding of the PNP party. And in doing so, there is something that has really stood out in these recent elections. And in this episode today, as you've seen in the previous videos that I've compiled, Jamaicans are growing more decent, that is against Andrew Holness, who, despite of getting another third term in office, it's quite clear that more and more Jamaicans are losing trust in him. Well, from the videos, you've seen some Jamaicans coming out clearly to call out Andrew Holness for some of the policies and some of the doings that he has done recently. And despite of being in power, most Jamaicans believe that it is a mistake they made by electing him back to power. And you'll ask yourself, why so? Well, here are some of the reasons that I believe has caused the massive distrust that is towards Andrew Holness by most Jamaicans, and they have been really open about it. One of the major reasons is about the integrity and trustworthiness of Andrew Holness. Going back to time, you're noticing that there's a time that the Integrity Commission conducted a research on Andrew Holness, that is after there was questionable instances about his accumulated wealth, and the commission, despite of trying to get into the reality or into the base of the matter on how Andrew Holness managed to acquire this kind of enrichment that he had, they never came up with a conclusive finding that would make him face prosecution for corruption charges. And as you all understand, corruption is a major issue in Jamaica, and for Andrew Holness, we're getting to see that in the late 2024, the corruption prosecution team didn't manage to actually form a case against Andrew Holness, whose richness was questionable, and this led to the case being thrown out of court. And even despite of that, many Jamaicans still have questions about how Andrew Holness managed to get the vast amount of wealth that he currently has. And this is very questionable considering the fact that he's in a position of power, and his character is very questionable, especially when it came to the statutory declaration whereby every leader was required to declare the source of his wealth. And for Andrew Holness, this has always been a challenge, and the truth has never come out today. And this has caused a massive rife among the Jamaican people who question his integrity and trustworthiness. Well, the second reason is the fact that when it comes to the economy, we're seeing that there is an economic disconnect, and this is observed in the micro and the macro level. When you look at the microeconomic development, Jamaica is actually doing fine, and for the first time in decades, we're seeing that there is a very low unemployment rates in Jamaica, and also there is a very low debt to GDP ratio compared to the previous government. This, on a bigger scale, shows that Andrew Holness' government is actually performing well economically. However, there is a disconnect in this. When looking at it from the micro levels, more Jamaicans are claiming that despite of the fact that the macro economy is growing and it's only showing to be performing good on paper. Most Jamaicans are feeling the pinch that is in the micro level, and this goes to be reflected in the fact that the wages are still low, and most Jamaicans are still struggling with inflation, which is making it hard for them to afford the daily basic needs, giving a very different impression on how the Jamaican economy is growing. And it's only showing to be growing good on paper, while in the real life scenario, most Jamaicans are still struggling economically. Well, to another factor is that when you're looking at the infrastructure and the development of the current Andrew Holness government, you're seeing that he's mainly focusing on the legacy projects, that is the South Coast Highway project. And in doing so, we're getting to see that some Jamaicans are feeling like the government is neglecting the rural areas, as there have been no major projects that have been targeted in these rural areas, giving that disconnect between the people who are found in the rural areas, who are feeling like they're being left out for these major projects which are mostly focused on the urban areas. And this again has led to most Jamaicans having this disconnect with Andrew Holness and his government. And another factor again that has led to this massive fallout between most Jamaicans and Andrew Holness is when it comes to security factors in Jamaica. And for quite some time now, Jamaica has been known to struggle with insecurity in the country, and the government has always been coming up with policies and measures to try and fight this out. And with Andrew Holness, we are seeing that he has introduced a rather brutal and effective way of managing these high crime rates in Jamaica. Well, at this point, you're giving flowers to where they belong. And Holness government has actually managed to lower the level of crime in Jamaica, that is, after decades in the rising of cases of crime. However, there has also been grievances from Jamaican people who are questioning the tactics that Andrew Holness government is using to fight crime. For instance, we are getting to see that Andrew Holness is using state of emergencies and special operation zones to try and counter and mitigate the crime gang and crime units that are common in Jamaica. And in doing so, we're getting to see that also the innocent civilians are getting affected by these tactics, and most of them are fallen victims to most of these operations that have mostly targeted criminals found in Jamaica. And in doing so, we are seeing most Jamaicans bringing their grievances, saying that the excessive use of force by the Andrew Holness government is going against their liberties as civilians. And in doing so, we've seen cases of Jamaicans who have been wrongly targeted and also injured, leading to massive outcries about how the government is using excessive force to fight crime in Jamaica. And lastly, we're getting to see that also on the issue about corruption, it is believed that Andrew Holness government is actually awarding the government tenders to the connected individual. This goes again to show how deeply entrenched corruption is in Jamaica. And with the unlawless government, you're getting to see that this is becoming more pronounced, and you've seen instances whereby the opposition parties have come out to openly call out the awarding of government tenders to friends and people who have political affiliations with those in power, leaving people who are genuinely qualified to get these opportunities out in the cold. And hence, this is why you're getting to see that more and more Jamaicans are really having it hard, especially when relating to Andrew Holness. And with the growing number of Jamaicans who are swaying towards the opposition, noting that they managed to secure 29 seats against 34, which shows a very close call. This shows that the status quo in Jamaica is currently coming to an end, and despite of Andrew Holness coming back into power once again, you're getting to see that with growing time, more and more Jamaicans are losing hope in his methods of governance. And hence, in the near future, there is a possibility that Jamaicans are going to make major changes in their political arena. Well, this again marks the end of this episode. Thanks for watching to this end. And kindly again, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the share button, and see you in the next one.